Now, how do we evaluate these higher powers of I? Well, we first need to acknowledge that we do know the simple powers of I, which are I to the 1 is the root of negative 1, I to the power of 2 is negative 1 itself, I to the power of 3 is the negative of the root of negative 1, and finally, the easiest one, I to the power of 4 is simply 1. Now, the trick to evaluating these higher powers of I is simply to ask yourself what is the highest multiple of 4, because 4 is the easiest power of I to evaluate, right? What's the highest multiple of 4 that can go into the power itself? Right, now we split the power into that multiple of 4 as well as one of these 4 original powers of I. So 1, 2, 3, or 4, because we easily know what these evaluate to. And so I to the power of 5 will simply be I to the power of, well, 4 is the largest multiple of 4 that can go into 5 plus 1, right? That's the excess. And we do know I to the power of 1. And so this evaluates to I to the power of 4 times I to the power of 1. And so we can rewrite this as, well, I to the power of 4 is 1 times I to the power of 1 is simply the square root of negative 1. So the square root of negative 1 is our answer in that case. Applying the same rule to I to the power of 14, well, the highest multiple of 4 that can go into 14, or that's just below 14, is actually 12, right? So we know we can rewrite this as I to the power of 12 plus 1, sorry, 2, right? Because 2 is the excess. And so we can split the power. We get I to the power of 12 times I to the power of 2. We do know I to the power of 2 very easily. And, well, because I to the power of 12 is really I to the power of 4 raised to a certain other power. In this case, we know 4 by 3 is 12. So it's I to the power of 4 all cubed, right? We rewrite it that way times I to the power of 2. This makes it much easier for us to deal with. And so I to the power of 4 is 1. We have 1 cubed times, well, I squared is negative 1. And so our final answer there is, well, 1 to the power of 3 is 1 times negative 1. Final answer is negative 1.